Okay, so today I am going to go over a couple of things, important things, that I learned in 2017. First important thing that I am taking away from 2017 is to stand your ground. What I mean by that is if you have something that you believe in, or even someone that you believe in, stand your ground. Don't let anybody sway you left or right, forward or backwards. Stand firmly on that ground that you believe in, and it will come to pass what you believe. Second thing is all opportunity is not God. What I mean by that is every good thing is not from God. Just because you get an opportunity, in my opinion, doesn't mean, oh, I got to jump on this opportunity because God sent it. And a story that I have for that is earlier this year, I was extremely unhappy at a job that I had been at for 5 years, 4.5, 5 years. I just wasn't happy anymore. The morale was down. It wasn't looking good, in my opinion. And I just wanted out. So I'm praying about it and praying, Lord, if this is for me, just help me stay here. Help me have patience. It seemed like every day it got worse, like worse and worse. I would get more and more upset, and people would nitpick with me more and more to a point where I'm like, okay, maybe it's time for me to go now. My plan was to save up all I can save until July. I don't know why July, just because it was I think that was 6 months when I was thinking about this. Save up and then quit in July. At least I would have a good fat savings account, and I could wait a little while before I moved on to the next opportunity. Well, the president at the time, CEO of that company, offered me a seemingly amazing opportunity, and I thought about it. I talked to my mom about it, and she's like, oh my God, see, that's God. You have to take it. It's amazing. She's making a place for you, blah, 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 right? And I'm thinking like, yeah, but I still wasn't at peace with that. Like, I still felt like, I'm not really sure. So I just pray and I pray and I pray. This is in January. And I stayed late one night. I think it was January 25th. I stayed late. It was like 8 o'clock. And I stayed late to do this report that I was trying to do and blah, blah, blah. Well, anyway, the night ended with me sending a resignation letter in January. And I sent that resignation letter. I literally felt a 1,000-pound weight taken off my chest. Even though they agreed to let me work, my 2 weeks and give me PTO and all this stuff, all these like favorable things that they hadn't done for people in the past started to happen. I was then out of a job for about 2 months. That CEO left that company. This other higher up left that company. And I ended up getting offered an opportunity at another company, making more money and working from home with a pretty open schedule. Crazier thing about that opportunity is they found me. I didn't even put in for this job. I had never heard of it. Like, at first I didn't even think it was legit. It was almost one like, oh, this is too good to be true. What? God hooked your girl. Reminds me of 1 Corinthians 10:23, where it says, I have the right to do anything, but not everything is beneficial. To the biggest thing I learned, which was to listen to God's voice. It's okay to go to your friends and your family and your pastor or whoever, I don't know, whoever you look to as a confidant. But the only voice realistically that matters is God's. And you have the same spirit inside of you that those people have inside of them that you're getting advice from. And although we as people feel like we need to get advice from other people, tell me what to do, I'm not sure, or you're already teetering one way, so you just need somebody to agree with you so you would go that way. I get it. I do the same thing. But in situations, all situations, but especially situations like this, it is most important to listen to God, because He, for one, is not going to steer you wrong. And most of the time, His thoughts for us are scary to us because they don't feel secure, right? So, hey, I'm going to quit my job. I don't have a lot of savings and I don't have another job lined up, but hey, I'm going to quit my job. That wasn't secure for me. And that was part of the reason I have been feeling like this since like September 2016. And I was just postponing it because my person, my flesh did not feel like I could do it. And I mean, I guess at the end of the day, I didn't trust God as much as I said. I'm so glad that I ended up doing that, and I went to California, and just all of the help and favor that came my way upon leaving that job. And the company's great company. I don't have anything bad to say about them. It was just my time to go. It had nothing to do with, oh, this company sucks. No, not at all. It was just, you know what? It's just time for me to move on. I wasn't made to just work here for the rest of my days. So that's what I did. In a nutshell, following God, listening to God, waiting on God have been my biggest lessons this year. For a couple years for waiting on God. And I'll go more into that on another video. Some things that kind of came into fruition, or still coming into fruition, that I patiently waited on. That started happening mid 2017. It's just the first half of the year was rough. I'm not gonna lie. It was rough for me, and I had all these goals set, and I bought me this goal planner, and I wrote all these things down, and yeah, I'm gonna do this and this and this, and I'm gonna save this. And then life said, nah, you ain't gonna do that this year. We'll wait. Now I was able to accomplish some of those goals, but life happened, and not in a bad way, and I didn't get to accomplish everything that I wanted to accomplish. But the things that did come about, and the things that came about in 2017, are going to allow my 2018 to be amazing. All that to say, no matter what, listen to the Lord. Don't let anyone or anything steer you otherwise. Even when things look down in the dumps, and feel down in the dumps, and are down in the dumps, don't count God out, because He always comes. He for real, always comes right on time.